Kim Beng is the founder of a think tank focused on security affairs in Northeast Asia. He joins us now live from Kuala Lumpur. Thanks for joining us on the program today. The breakdown in the Trump-Kim summit disappointed many international observers. And now with the resumption of these joint military drills, albeit on a much smaller scale than what we've seen before, what do you think this means for the direction things are moving between the Koreas and the U.S.?
Well, in international relations, especially East Asia, that hasn't had any warfare since 1979. In fact, the conflict incidents between state to state has reduced by almost 99%. The sides have to occasionally signal to the other that they have both the will and the intention to go to war if any peace process or confidence building process were to lapse. So the military exercise is a reinforcement of that military signal and also political will to go to war if there is a necessity, a strategic necessity.
These joint military drills have always been a sore point for North Korea. Could we see some backlash from Kim Jong-un, especially so close off the back of the summit? Or is this still a win for him, as these will be on a much smaller scale?
The military exercise have to be seen in a spectrum, because since 2018, if not earlier, the military missiles exercises from North Korea have already stopped. Pyongyang have stopped sending missiles over the Sea of Japan into any areas or even attempting any interballistic missile exercises or nuclear tests. So the military exercises that you see is only a small speck of a very large spectrum of what the respective countries are capable of doing.
Well, things seem to be moving in the right direction with between the Koreas and the U.S. and the Korean Peninsula is more stable than ever before. But what could possibly undermine all the positive progress that we've seen so far?
I think the one thing that will undermine the whole process is the return to military, not just military, large-scale military exercises, but also missile diplomacy. In other words, the use of missile or potentially nuclear tests to convey the political will and the military determination of each side. So if any one of those countries resort to using those exercises or military initiatives to convey the message, that would signal the collapse of the whole process.
Who has the most to gain from a peace deal being reached between the U.S. and North Korea?
I didn't hear you clearly. Can you kindly repeat that?
Right. If there is a peace deal reached between the U.S. and North Korea, who would gain the most?
Well, if there is a peace deal between North Korea and the United States, I think both of them will gain significantly, because the message coming from the United States is that the United States are ready to transform North Korea into another major economic power. So that will be significant to the life and the livelihood of tens of millions of the North Koreans. But having said that, United States has always considered North Korea to be in the pocket of China. So if the United States is able to transform North Korea into a pacific and peaceful power, the United States would claim victory that it has managed to wrest control of one of the key allies of China from its orbit of influence.
All right, Phar Kim Beng, thank you for joining us today and sharing your thoughts with us.